Shrapnel.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Film Shrapnel, your number one spot for everything movies. My name's Tobias, this is my partner in crime, Craig Britton. Hello, Craig.
Howdy.
And today, we are predicting the outcome of the 2024 Oscars.
Yeah. Did we manage to watch all of the films, Tobias, that we planned to watch?
No, I forgot about Poor Things. No,
Oh,
not Poor Things. The other one. This is the thing. I keep merging Past Lives and Poor Things. I keep thinking I've already watched it when I haven't. So
they both begin with P.
basically, yeah. I think that's all it is.
Well, we'll do our best, even though because I have seen all 10 for best film. But to be fair, we're actually
Because
looking at all categories anyway, right?
we're
And
looking
we
at all
haven't seen
categories.
and we haven't seen every single film that's nominated for every single category. So we'll do our best.
I still think overall I might have you beat anyway. I think not in terms of the predictions, but I think I have watched more films than you
Oh, okay.
overall. So yeah, it's that's worth considering. So you might have an advantage, like having watched Past Lives. Maybe it is some mega masterpiece that you're going to pick. Are you going to pick Past Lives at all?
Well, for best film, I don't think it'll win.
All
And
right, so I'm not
I'm
worried.
not sure. Yeah, to be honest, it's a good film. Don't get me wrong. I liked it. Not really the type of film I usually watch, but like, I don't think it's gonna win anything, to be honest.
Okay.
So maybe you're not so bad. Maybe you're all right.
All right. Well, but you never know. Maybe it's going to storm the Oscars, and we were both wrong. But let's find
Maybe.
out. Are you ready to? I've got the list of categories and nominations up, and Craig, you're all right to record all of our predictions.
Okay.
And then after the Oscars, we will put out another episode where we tally up the score, maybe reflect a bit more, and we'll see who wins. Are you
All right.
ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do this.
All right, so I've got the official list of all the nominations on the Oscars.org website. So I'm going to go in the order that they've put it out, and we're going to do all of them. So here we
Okay.
go. First up, actor in a leading role. The nominees are Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction.
So, in my preference, I haven't seen Rust. Is it Rustin, the other film?
Rustin, yes.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know how good this guy is in that film. I can't comment on that. But I think that it should either be Jeffrey Wright or
Mm-hmm.
it should be Paul Giamatti. I think that those two are really
Mm-hmm.
good. I think Paul Giamatti kind of deserves it. Um, but I think it's going to go to Cillian Murphy, but I really don't think he deserves it. That's what I
So
think
what?
probably going to happen.
What's your pick?
Well, I think it's going to be Cillian Murphy, unfortunately. That's my fault. That's what I
Mm.
think is going to happen.
Well, I feel like I really should have watched The Holdovers at Christmas. I only
Hmm.
watched it recently, but as much as I love Paul Giamatti, I'm going to go with Jeffrey Wright. So
Okay.
for me, I feel like Bradley Cooper is just too Oscar baity. I felt like Maestro insists upon itself a lot.
Yes, it's like we are making this film strictly to win an Oscar.
Yeah,
It's like that's the whole purpose. I will
yeah.
say
So
though,
for me, I'm going to I'm going to put this out there now. I'm not going to pick Maestro for anything, just out of pure annoyance for it.
I'll tell you this as well. So a while ago, I was looking at the all of the best film nominations, and according to IMDb ranking, and Maestro had the lowest of all of them, even lower than Barbie.
See, I'm not surprised by that. I'm
But I
not
will
surprised by
say,
that. I think people are smart enough to be like, this is just, Bradley
Oscar bait.
Cooper begging for an Oscar. Yeah,
Yeah, I will say though, it's not a bad film. I actually
it's
liked it more than
fine.
I expected to. Yeah,
It's fine. It's just annoying.
yeah.
Like when you write the theme tune and sing the theme tune and be the main character. Do you know what I mean? Like when you take on all the roles, when you become when you want to be an auteur, which is clearly what Bradley Cooper's trying to do. I feel like you need to bring something fresh to the table, and I don't think he's done that really.
No,
I
I
feel
guess
like
so.
I don't think he's got enough of a director's voice, if that makes sense. I feel like Bradley Cooper's films, whether they're good or whether you like them or not, they they don't feel like they have much of their own personality. Or
Hmm.
I feel like maybe that might be a harsh thing to say, but like when you watch a Hitchcock film, you know it's a Hitchcock film, even if you didn't know that you were watching a Hitchcock film. While you're watching it, you would figure it out because Hitchcock has such a voice when he tells a story. And I don't really hear Bradley Cooper's voice as a filmmaker yet. Maybe it will come with time, but like, yeah, if you want to be the auteur guy, if you want to be the guy who writes the theme tune and sings the theme tune, you want to be the next Quentin Tarantino. Okay, you got to bring a unique flavor, I think, and I don't think Bradley Cooper's quite got that yet.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe it will take a bit of time for him to get to that point. But still, yeah, it
A good,
wasn't a
a
bad
good,
film.
good actor as
Uh,
well. Like I
yeah,
wouldn't, I wouldn't be mad if he won, but I don't think he should win for this one.
yeah. Actually, his acting was better than I expected to be. I haven't seen him act in that way before.
He's good.
Um,
He's good
yeah.
when he wants to
Oh,
be.
and also Jeffrey Wright as well, because I've seen Jeffrey Wright in a few things. I mostly know him from Westworld,
Hmm.
and in Westworld, he's very he always plays kind of like intelligent, almost like whispering into the microphone kind of acting, and it's I always assumed that that's what he always did. That was always his type of acting. But here in American Fiction, I think he's been set free a little bit from that kind of.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about his other stuff. I think he's in Syriana from years ago, and he was like a
he,
lawyer or something in that. That was a long
he
time ago.
he recently did the voiceover work for the new Marvel cartoon series. What If? He's the Watcher. He's his voice is so ethereal in it. I really
He's
like
got a great
Jeffrey Wright.
voice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like him too.
and I really, really like American Fiction. I think it might be my favorite film, one of my favorite films anyway of the year.
I think, pardon me, sorry. I think out of all the films that we've watched, that one made me to laugh the most.
Yes,
Like,
yes, me too.
not because, well, not all of them are comedies, obviously, but this, like, the whole thing about naming the book "fuck," like when he
Yeah,
was trying to push it, that made me laugh a lot. And the ending also really got me as well,
yeah.
where he's getting his award, and then the police come in and they see his award and they think he's got a gun, and they shoot him down. It was very funny. It was very good,
Yeah,
good film.
no, really, really clever, really well written, really tightly made, excellent performances all round. American Fiction, again, it's going to be one of those. What I think it's a front runner for me in in a lot of these categories.
Oh, really? But hold on again. So, what did you say for your prediction for best actor then?
Jeffrey Wright.
Is that who you want to win or who you're predicting to win?
I think I'm going to go. This is the thing. Last time I made sort of sensible predictions based on you know what is easy to kind of predict. You know, I think I'll put a lot. There will be bits of that in some of my predictions, but I think this one is me going with my heart.
Ah, okay. Just don't forget what
So
happened last year with Everything Everywhere all at once winning like freaking everything. You never know.
Well, what I didn't say Kei Hui Kwan.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really expect. Like, I think it was
But,
good that he was nominated, but I
but,
don't know if anybody.
but this is it. I should have went with my heart there, and I went with my head, and I
Mm.
predicted someone that I thought I forget now who I predicted. But yeah. Oh no. Yeah, I think I went with Brendan Gleeson. Was it best supporting actor?
Ah,
Was it best supporting actor? The nomination, and I went with Brendan Gleeson
he,
over here.
yeah, probably was that. Yeah,
I
I
forget
can't
now.
remember. By the way, it's worth noting. I think like a cut. So, Everything Everywhere All at Once is an A24 film, and I think a couple of the other nominations this year also. I think Zone of Interest and
Mm.
Past Lives are also both A24. I think. Let
I'm
me
so
just double check.
I'm so annoyed I didn't get round to Past Lives. Just kept forgetting about it. Really flew under my radar. Let's do the next category. So we have actor in a supporting role. So the nominees are Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, Robert De Niro, Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things.
Hmm.
Um, can I?
So
Uh, shall I pick first this time? Shall we
go on
alternate
then.
who goes first? And again, I think we should prefix this. We are allowed to pick the same as well. We don't have to pick different ones. But that makes it less fun. Uh, I think that the sensible choice is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that who you
however,
go?
no, well, this is the thing. I feel like, as much as I want Jeffrey Wright to win Best Actor, I don't think he will. And if he doesn't win Best Actor, then I reckon Sterling K. Brown will get Best Supporting Actor because American Fiction really should win something for acting. Um, I definitely don't think it will go to Mark Ruffalo or Ryan Gosling. I don't think either of them are good enough in the movies they're nominated for to even be considered for an Oscar. If I'm honest,
Hmm.
like I really, really loved Poor Things. I did not like Mark Ruffalo in it.
I kind of liked him in it. I thought he was alright. I hadn't really seen him act like that before.
I hated his
Um,
accent, man. His accent really set my teeth on edge.
yeah, some other people I've also heard of not were not really keen on him in that film.
No.
Uh, Ryan Gosling was quite funny in Barbie, I will say,
Funny
but
shouldn't win you Oscars, mate. Not just funny, you need to also be amazing. And I don't think he was amazing. He's fine, he's a good Ken, but like, is Barbie really Oscar worthy? Any of it, besides production, like set design and costume, are any of the performances really that Oscar worthy?
hmm. You got a point. You got a point. I think what you said there about American Fiction, if Jeffrey Wright doesn't get the Best Actor, then was it Sterling K. Brown
Yeah,
could win supporting? Yeah, I mean he was also very good. I also
yeah.
liked him. Again, though, he was quite funny. Humor does get me a bit, I guess. And who was the? So we had Robert Downey Jr. was the other
For,
nomination, and
for
was
Oppenheimer and Robert De
yes.
Niro for Killers.
So, I mean, I don't like, I liked Killers of the Flower Moon when I first, so I think in the order that I watched the movies, I think I watched Barbie first, then I watched Oppenheimer, and then I watched Killers of the Flower Moon. And when I watched Killers of the Flower Moon, I thought, yeah, this is going to win. This is really going to win everything. This is amazing. And I started watching the other nominations, but it's good, but not as amazing as the rest of these films. And like, to be honest, Robert De Niro in his movie, I mean, he's all right. He's good. He's not bad. I mean, but
Yeah.
I don't think that he deserves an Oscar for this. Uh, so, I mean, like, I'm not like a massively pro. I mean, we're going to talk about Oppenheimer soon because I'm sure that we both have very strong opinions on this movie. But yeah, I don't want to give them a million Oscars, but maybe, yeah, I think also that Robert Downey Jr. will get Best Supporting Actor here. I mean, yeah, he was pretty good. I'll guess. I did enjoy him, and he took it very seriously. So maybe yeah, maybe he does deserve it here.
I
Maybe
think
I'm gonna
he's the
go with
safe.
him.
This is the thing. I do think he's the safe choice. Um, but I think I want to cover my American fiction basis. I think I might
Right.
go for Sterling K. Brown because I'm sure one of them's going to get it. I just don't know which one.
Okay.
So
All right. So
you,
you're taking a bit of a
I'm
gamble
going for
here, but
yeah. This is a gamble one. I'm not. I'm trying to use my head in a sense. I'm sure American fiction will win something for acting. So I'm just going to go for both of them because I really like Jeffrey Wright as well. Like for me personally, in the list that I've got in front of me, he's my favourite for the acting nomination. And yeah, I do agree with you about Downey Jr. I feel like it is the safe bet, but yeah, I'll go Sterling K. Brown.
I don't think it's just a safe bet. I think it's a smart bet because I don't know if he's got an Oscar before and he's been around
He
a
hasn't.
lot.
He hasn't gotten an
Uh,
Oscar, but he has been nominated in the past. He was nominated. I definitely know for sure he's been at least nominated twice. Once for Tropic Thunder, once
mm,
for Chaplin. Now Chaplin was for actor in a leading role though.
yeah, I think you've got to remember as well about Hollywood. It's not just about how good the films are and how much people like the films. There's all this other stuff going behind the scenes. Like
Yeah, the
sometimes people are
politics.
getting nominated. Yeah, like people are getting nominated for films where they weren't so great just because they didn't maybe win the previous year or something.
Or
This is
like
kind of like
is it like Scorsese winning for The Departed when it's probably the film he least deserved an Oscar for? Like, still a good film, but like he'd been snubbed so many other times before that it was like
exactly.
the Academy just gave it to him because it's like, well, he might never win one, so we may as well give it to him here. Like
Yeah.
that's I really feel like that's what happened with The Departed. I really don't think it's like an Oscar winning worthy movie. Maybe for nominations, but I didn't see it as a an Oscar winning movie, and yet it did do very well. But I can think of a ton of other Scorsese films that definitely deserve to be Oscar winners. He's a cracking director.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. You have to take that into mind whenever you make these predictions. Like, and it's the same thing as you said with Sterling K. Brown and Jeffrey Wright. You know, one guy might
Mm,
get it in one category, and then to make it up for the other category, someone else will win. You know, this is all
yeah.
this dynamics. They're trying to be fair, but also, I don't know. It's a lot of. It makes it much more trickier than just the quality of the film.
Mm. Yeah, no, yeah. I agree.
So, what's the next category then?
The next category is actress in a leading role.
Okay,
Here we go.
I
The
think
nominees are go on.
I was just going to say it's going to be Emma Stone, isn't it? But go on.
I mean, she already has an Oscar.
She does. Actually, oh no, sorry. I'll stop interrupting you. Read them out. Read them out, and I'll give my
Oh,
opinion after.
here we go. The nominees are Annette Bening for Naiad, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, Carrie Mulligan for Maestro, and of course, the incredibly beautiful Emma Stone.
Okay. I think a lot of people have suggested that Lily Gladstone might get the Oscar here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that I think that she would be the first Native American to win an Oscar, right?
Yar.
I think we discussed this recently on one of our other episodes. I don't think Carey Mulligan will get it from
No,
Maestro. I haven't seen Niat, although I've heard about it. I heard the plot from someone.
it is good.
Uh, is it good? Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. What do you think of Annette Bening in it?
She's excellent, as she always is.
Okay. So I can't say anything on that. So maybe you have an opinion. And who else do we get? Emma Stone. I did really like Emma Stone
in
In Poor Things.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's really great in it.
the thing
Um,
is, I feel like this is a really, really tight category this year.
yeah.
There's not much separating these actresses. Like Annette Bening is a fucking powerhouse when it comes to acting. Lily Gladstone's really, really good in Killers of the Flower Moon, and she really does deserve it. It wouldn't be like I wouldn't call it a political win if she got it. Like she did, I think she did give an Oscar-winning performance. Carrie Mulligan, probably the only outlier. I feel like she would be the bottom of my list. Emma Stone is absolutely brilliant in Poor Things. I loved her in it. I found her captivating, but a little offensive in places, and that's why I don't think she get it.
Also, she already has an Oscar.
And she
So,
has an Oscar.
yes. So I think it's going to go to Lily Gladstone.
I'm gonna say there's a reason why I've skipped one. I've skipped one because I think Sandra Hüller is
Mm,
incredible
I
in an
completely forgot about her. And she's
she,
in 2 movies this year. It's
she
insane.
yes, I think it's going to Sandra Hüller.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to put, so for me, Lily Gladstone, and for you, Sandra Hula, did you say her name is?
Yes, Huller. But
Yeah.
um, I have to say I would not be disappointed if any of these women won the Oscar besides Carrie Mulligan.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
anyone,
it's
if Carrie Mulligan gets it, that's bullshit. But anyone else, I'm sorry, Miss Mulligan, but like of all the people, like it's mean to pick to say that there's no one I can pick as a favorite. I can only pick the one I think deserves it least. Like that. That's
yeah.
how tight it is. It's such a tight category this year. I think this one is going to be really tough to predict because Annette Bening could easily get it. Has she ever won one?
Should I
She's
check?
she's been around for like 100 years.
She's got one BAFTA. She's got 2 Golden Globes from 10 nominations. She's been nominated for 5 Academy Awards.
But never won one.
I don't think, oh, sorry, hold on. Academy. No, she's been nominated 5 times in total, including this year, and she's never won.
Now, again, it would absolutely not surprise me if it goes to her because she has put in a hard graft in the industry for many, many years, always given Oscar worthy performances because she's a cracking actress. So, you know, totally plausible that she'd get it this year as well.
Hmm.
Totally plausible. I think it's really, really tight. Honestly, I, I would not. There's only one person that would disappoint me winning this. I've made that clear. Everyone else,
Yes.
everyone else, I think is very, very deserving. But
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to say Sandra Hüller, best actress of the year. I really do think I found her fantastic. I don't know what it is about her. There's just something about, yeah. She got that Christoph Waltz vibe.
Yeah, that's I didn't really think about that, but I see what you mean.
Are we? Should we move on to the actress in a supporting role?
Go on.
So the nominees for actress in a supporting role: Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, America Ferrera for Barbie, Jodie Foster for Naiad, and Davine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. I'll take this one, shall I?
Go on.
I'll go. I'm just going to say it. Fuck it. Emily Blunt.
Really?
Uh, I'm not going to waste time. This is going to be the only Oppenheimer thing I go for.
Did you like her performance?
Not particularly, but I think
I
it'll go. I
I
think she'll
think
get.
I found her really annoying actually in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, She is
I
annoying, but she's meant to be.
she's yeah, but like how can I explain how they were? There were points where they were trying to make her seem smarter than everyone else and a bit more fiery than everyone else, and it was like it's so forced and like I didn't like it at all. There was one bit where they're doing the interrogation of Oppenheimer and it's like military place, you know, it's like a military trial thing.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make it like so she's outsmarting the people that are interviewing her. And it just seems so weak to me. And yeah, I just was really
All right.
annoyed by her for the whole movie, to be honest.
Will you tell me who you think's going to get it then?
I don't know. This one is a bit.
Well, then I don't know. Well, then Emily Blunt's as good a punt as any other.
Screw you, screw you. Say that. Who were the nominations again, apart from Emily Blunt?
Danielle Brooks in The Colour Purple, America Ferrera for Barbie, Jodie Foster for Nyad, Davine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. I'm assuming you're going to go for Davine Joy Randolph.
I might do, yeah, because I've seen America Ferrera in Barbie. I haven't seen Jodie Foster in Nyad, and what was the other
It's
film?
good.
Uh,
The Colour Purple.
yeah, I haven't seen the latest remake of that movie, so I can't say on those. Um, she was pretty good. What was her name again? Sorry, Devine.
Davine Joy Randolph.
Yeah, and I've seen some other people online are also predicting that she might win, so
It-
maybe I might go that way as well.
I would say out of these, my favourite performance would be Davine Joy Randolph, but I do think Emily Blunt's going to get it. I'm just getting that vibe from the ether. The universe is telling me Emily Blunt's winning this.
I see. I get where you're going with there because I've gone that way for the two of the other movies now already for
Yeah.
best actor and best supporting actor. But she grated on me so much that I don't even know if the people at the Academy Awards can really rightfully justify giving it to her, to be honest. So I'll go for Devine on this one.
All right. Well, let's lock them in.
All right, so I'm Devine and you are Emily Blunt. Okay, next one.
Right. Well, the next one, and this one, I've definitely got a huge advantage over you. This one is best animated film.
I think I know who you want to win.
I don't know if you do.
Did you watch The Boy and the Heron then?
I did.
Ah, and you've seen the Spider-Man movie, right?
I have.
Quickly before you give us your prediction, which one did you like the most? What were your thoughts on
Well,
them? Because I haven't seen either of them.
well, I haven't even said all the nominations yet.
I know, but I want to hear what you have to say because I think you've got something interesting on your mind.
So what? Sorry. What do you want me to say?
What do you think of the two? The Boy and the Heron and the Spider-Man movie, which I forgot its name.
There's three more.
Okay, but the one that, yeah, but screw them. I want to hear about these two.
What do you mean? Screw them.
Tell me what you think. Go on, Mr.
Hang on.
Tobias.
So this for the audience at home, it's been made very clear to me by Craig that he thinks I'm going to pick either the Boy or the Heron or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. He has not considered that there might be another film on this list that I want to talk about.
That's true. That's very obvious.
So it looks to me like Craig is definitely going to pick either the Boy and the Heron or Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah,
And
because I'm
maybe
more familiar with them and but I haven't
well,
seen either of them, so
you have. I was going to say you haven't seen either of them. Uh, they're both great. They're both really, really good. They're not the only good films on this list, though. That's all I have to say for now. Do you want to
and
hear the
what
nominations?
yeah, go on.
The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, mm,
Mm,
Nimona, mm, Spider-Man, mm, Robot Dreams.
okay. And out of all of those films, which ones have you seen?
That's a good question. I haven't seen Nimona. I haven't seen that. But I have seen Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Robot Dreams, and Spider-Man.
Hmm.
And
See,
I have to say, Robot Dreams is fucking amazing.
oh, okay. Maybe I'll
It's
see that
really,
then.
it's really, really good. It's Spanishy French. It's not like a English or American production.
Hmm, okay. Maybe I'll give that a go.
It's really, really good. It's about a dog and a robot.
Yeah. Uh,
It's so good.
and what do you think of the Spider-Man movie? Because I think before you said it's really well made.
It's amazing, yeah. Like by, I think best animated feature, you could basically do an entire Oscars just for animated films because you could break it down to the best animation, the best performances, the best direction, and all this. But the problem is they only get one category, so you have to equate all of this into one prediction. So some of these films have better writing than others. Some of these films have better animation than others. I would say the animation in Spider-Man is out of this world. Like both of these films, the animation is just so fresh, fast, unique, exciting. I can't wait to see what these animators do after the third one because they've got a third one coming. Once they finish this franchise, I can't wait to see what they do next. They put out concept art for a Batman Beyond animated movie, and apparently Warner Brothers doesn't want to do it. And I'm like, what? You've got you've got the animators from Spider-Man wanting to do a Batman Beyond film. Surely that's a no-brainer that you fucking put money into that. Surely that's a no-brainer. But apparently they don't want to do it. So the visuals are just so fucking brilliant in Spider-Man. I don't think there's ever been any animated film that's really sort of hit the heights that these two films in these Spider-Man films have done. Like they're just so. It's not just the proficiency of how good the animators are, but like the speed of everything. Like you blink and you miss so much. Seriously,
Hmm.
like they'll have flashes of like a frame or something. Like you'd think it's a waste of time, but it's obviously a labor of love that they're putting all this mad shit into the animation. That it's like, honestly, you could pause any moment of either of the films of the Spider-Man movies, and it's a work of art. And you could literally have two frames side by side and it's the same subject of the frame, but it will look completely different to one another. It honestly, frame by frame, shit changes. It's really fast paced. So, technically speaking, I think both the Spider-Man animated films are technical like marvels. Like we've never seen animated films quite like them. They're
Hmm.
incredible.
That's
So
interesting. Well,
However, you look, and also Elemental is also in the same vein. It's computer animated, but The Boy and the Heron and Robot Dreams are traditional uh, sort of cartoon work,
mhm.
and but it's still amazing. I would say The Boy and the Heron and Robot Dreams tell, a much more like Oscar worthy story. Like, let's not forget, Spider Man is at its core a mad comic book movie that's still really good and got really, really good ideas in it, but it's still a mad comic book movie, whereas The Boy and the Heron and Robot Dreams are more of a movie. Like, you know, they could command a bit more respect from the industry.
That's making me really think that I'm going to go for The Boy and the Heron for this.
I think The Boy and the Heron's a really good call. It's a really good film. I really liked it. I really like Robot Dreams.
Yeah.
but but I think I'm gonna go with my heart, and my heart is always with Spider-Man.
Oh, really? So you were gonna go for Spider-Man in the end? Okay.
Well, I just want to make it clear that I actually think I think The Boy and the Heron and Robot Dreams. I think if I had an award show that I was in charge of, I would give it to one of those. However, I've got to go with my boy Spidey. Got to go with him.
Okay.
It's like supporting a football team. Like even if they lose, it's like it's okay. We played a good game.
I respect your decision.
Thank you. Although I have to say, if you hadn't jumped in there early, I might have gone for The Boy and the Heron. I was really, really torn. I
I
you hadn't you. It's been very easy for you to pick. You have no idea how tough it's been for me to figure out which one I'm going to go for animated film. Because, like I say, there's so much to consider. It's not just the animation, the storytelling, the writing. I honestly, the story. You've got to watch Boy and the Heron. You've got to watch Robot Dreams. Elemental is not worth it. I haven't seen Nimona, but it's definitely worth watching these other movies.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure Nimonoma is good as well, but I have seen Elemental. I was not a fan. So I'd say
Fair play.
besides Elemental, I think everyone should watch all of these movies. They're all very very good. All of them are award worthy.
Nice. All right. Should we get on to the next category then?
Let's do it. So we're now on cinematography.
Ooh.
Uh, we'll just go for the actual movies. I won't go through the names of the people because we've never
Mm-hmm.
heard. So the nominees are El Conde, which I haven't seen, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things.
I'm going to be a bit controversial here. Uh, I'm going to say Maestro, to be honest. Like,
Really?
I was actually quite impressed with how it was shot cinematographically. Speaking of cinematography,
Cinematically.
is that the correct way to say it?
Well, cinematics, I would assume cinematically would make
But we're talking
sense.
about cinematography. Yeah, okay, cinematically, I don't know if that's the right phrase, but I liked the way it was shot actually, and there were some quite nice shots in it, which I was kind of surprised to see, especially from a Bradley Cooper. Oppenheimer,
Well,
it didn't really grab
he,
me. If
he wasn't holding the camera.
that's true, it's going to someone else, the guys who we didn't mention.
Mm.
Uh, Oppenheimer didn't really grab me that way, which I was expecting it to. It didn't at all, and I was kind of like a bit disappointed by that. And Killers of the Flower Moon also didn't grab me in that way. Although I will say that when I was watching Oppenheimer and then I watched Killers of the Flower Moon, I realized that I think I really prefer Scorsese's way of filming things over um,
Nolan.
Nolan's. Yeah,
Mm.
but I say that, but I still really like Christopher
Depends.
Nolan stuff. Like I love
I,
his stuff. I really do. It's just
I think it
I,
just depends on the story they're telling because like, I feel like Nolan is like a visual filmmaker, a very visual filmmaker. But Oppenheimer's not a visual story. You know,
yes, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't really find Oppenheimer that amazing because
no,
he's just not
I
the right
think
guy for it.
Nolan was not the right director. I absolutely agree. I don't think he was right to do this one. You know, I feel like he. I mean, there's still shades of it. There's still shades of Nolanism in there, but like, yeah, I'd rather a story that lends itself to his visual style more, and
Yeah,
Oppenheimer doesn't. But I might surprise you. I'm going to go with Poor Things.
that's a good choice. That's a very good choice.
I mean,
Uh,
I think it could easily go to Killers as well, but I'm going to go with Poor Things.
okay, so I'm on Maestro because I think Maestro, although a lot of people dislike it, I think it's got to win at least one Oscar for something. I think
Maybe,
it has to.
maybe we'll see. Are you ready for the next one?
Go on.
We can roll through this one well quick. Best costume. Uh, and I think I can already figure out what you'll go for. But here's the nominations: Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, or Poor Things.
I think it's
Funny
very
enough,
easy to say Poor Things, isn't it, for this?
is it? Is that easy?
I'm surprised that Napoleon got a nomination here. It's the only thing he got nominated for.
For costume, man.
Yeah, but at
Ev-
least yeah, it's still
Every
something.
every period drama gets nominated for best costume, and often they win it.
Yeah,
I'm actually very tempted to go for Napoleon. If I'm,
really.
yeah, only because they period dramas always seem to win these awards.
Hmm,
But if you're going to go with Poor
interesting.
Things, I might go for Barbie then. But I would have went for Napoleon as a bit of a wild card. But I think if you're
Yeah,
going to go with Poor Things, then I'll go with Barbie. And
yeah.
if you'd went for Barbie, I would have went for Poor Things.
I think Barbie is also a very safe bet. But now I'm really
Yeah,
thinking about Poor Things and like why would you consider Poor Things? I think that it's because of the dress that
yeah.
Emma Stone wears. This is quite a ridiculous dress. But apart from that, what else is really happening there in terms
Well,
of costume? Is there really much? It's kind of a bit of a period piece, but
so
it's trying to be a bit wacky at the same time.
do you
So
want to do you want to change your answer then?
maybe I might also go for Barbie on that then
All
because
right, I'll go with Poor Things then. Fuck you.
okay, all right,
I literally said,
costume.
if you went for Barbie, I would have went for Poor Things. If you went for Poor Things, I'd have gone for Barbie.
You did.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
What?
Well, I was quite happy with my choice of Barbie, but now I've
What?
changed.
Well, you can change it back. We can vote for the same thing. You don't
No, I
have to
don't.
do this to yourself.
No, maybe I'll go with Napoleon for the wild card.
All right, Napoleon for you.
I'll go Napoleon. I think Barbie will win it.
I do as well because when you think about it, there's so much more stuff for them to work off of. Like
Yeah.
my daughter has about 30 freaking Barbies, and there's so much design stuff and things going on there that they can just incorporate, like take from the Barbie universe and put it in the films. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I think there's got a high chance of winning that one.
Oh. No, you know what? I want to change to Poor Things.
You sure?
No, Barbie.
Barbie as well. You're joining me on Barbie.
I really think Barbie will win it, actually.
And do you want to win this
This is the
predictions?
this is the thing. Do I want to go with my heart, or do I want to try and win? And I think Barbie is a winning choice.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
go
that
with
makes
poor.
sense.
I'm gonna go with Poor Things.
You got to report things. All right then.
Yeah.
You're not changing anymore. That's enough changing.
All
Because
right,
I've already
Barbie
typed that fight. No, fuck you. You don't get to pick again.
then. All right. Next category: directing.
Oh, okay.
This
First
is
thing I've got to
very.
say,
Go on.
I think you'll agree with me, and they even made a joke of this. I don't know if you see, there's like this video someone sent me of like like an advertisement, a trailer thing for the Oscars. Jimmy Kimmel, whatever his name is going to be hosting it again. They did this video
Ugh.
where he's like in Barbie land, and then he has to go through to get to Oscar land, and it's got a few of the guys in it. It's got Kate McKinnon, I think, is in it, and
Really?
America
Oh,
Ferrera, and also
that's so
Ryan
annoying.
Gosling is in it. Yeah, so it was kind of funny actually because they made fun of the movies that are nominated. Actually, some of the jokes were quite harsh. It wasn't really my kind of thing, but it was all right.
Cringe.
But
Cringe.
I will say this: this trailer did make fun of the fact that Greta Gerwig was not nominated for Best Director, and I think it's really ridiculous that Barbie is nominated for Best Film, but Greta Gerwig is not nominated for Best Director. Like if I had it my
Well,
way, I would have swapped the two because I think that movie would not have been amazing if it wasn't for her. So
right, but it has to be said that I think it's worth pointing out 10 films get nominated for best film, whereas only 5 of those films can be nominated for Best Director. So, as much as you consider it a snub, 5 people get snubbed, not just one. There are other
Hmm.
films that I think should be on this category,
Yeah.
like
I
Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, and Zone of Interest. These are the films that got nominated for Best Director.
Oof.
So
I
we've had, I would say, there's 5 other films that deserve to, maybe not five, but yeah, yeah, Greta Gerwig. Maybe they need to expand the category. Maybe they need to allow all 10.
I don't know. I think 10 is already a lot, isn't it? And then they start
Yeah,
expanding out other categories, it's going to get enormous.
I think
Uh,
it would only be crazy if Barbie wins Best Film. If
yeah.
Barbie wins Best Film, then it's insane that Greta Gerwig didn't get nominated for Best Director. In the same light that Argo won Best Film, but Ben Affleck wasn't nominated for Best Director, and then Argo went on to win the whole fucking award show. Besides Ben Affleck,
Mm,
the guy who made the film on his own.
yeah.
Oh.
Respect for him for that. But so what are our nominations again?
So we got Anatomy of a Fall, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, or Zone of Interest.
Oh,
I will.
this is going to complicate my prediction for best film as well,
Yes.
because you got to think of them together, these two categories.
I mean, have you got, like, you don't have to reveal it yet, but have you got your best picture in mind?
Well, there is two that I'm in between, I
Are they
think. There,
are either or both of them on this nominated for director?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? Actually, maybe does simplify it now you mention that. See, I think I liked all of them. Oppenheimer, not so
Yeah.
much. Like,
I
but
for me, Oppenheimer would be the bottom of the list for me of this category.
yes. Well, in terms of how you your opinion of the film, right? Not that you think that it won't win.
No, no, yeah, not that I don't think it might very well win, but in my opinion, out of the 5 films on here, uh, Oppenheimer would be my last choice. I
Hmm.
could put these in order. I like all of the films. I could put these in order of what I think was best director.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Oppenheimer would be at the bottom.
Start from the bottom and work your way out. I'm curious what
All
you'll
right.
say.
So number 5 would be Nolan for Oppenheimer. Number 4, I think I'd go for Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. Number 3, only because, like, I think the Zone of Interest is really interesting in terms of how it's made. Like, it really feels like you're a fly on the wall at a different time. It doesn't feel acted. It feels very real. And, they shot on location, I believe. Like, it's really, it feels very real for me. However, I think Anatomy of a Fall, the director's voice is more audible. However, I think Yorgos Lanthimos has just got such, like, he really is an auteur. We're talking about Bradley Cooper trying to be an auteur. Well, Yorgos Lanthimos is an auteur. He is the latest one. He is nominated up against other auteurs
Hmm.
like Nolan and Scorsese, and I think Poor Things is not. I'm pretty sure it's also going to be my prediction for best film, but yeah, for me, Poor Things number one.
Hmm. For best director,
So I'm
I
I'm
think
going Poor Things for directing. If that's not clear,
I can't disagree with you. I think you're really on point with this.
for
Uh,
you, is the order is that I've given you, is that correct for you as well?
yeah, I would actually completely agree with your order of that. Like,
Really?
Yeah, I can't fault it, to be honest. I mean, definitely Oppenheimer's at the bottom. For Killers of the Flower Moon, I liked it, but
Yeah,
like putting it in the same range as the other films, like yeah, it comes second last. Not because I
yeah.
dislike it, it's just that there are the better stuff. I mean,
There's just other good options. Yeah, that's
yeah.
all it is.
But my only real criticism, but it's not really like it's a thing that I've noticed that other people have also noticed, but I don't really care. Um, Anatomy of a Fool is so similar. Like it has to be based off the staircase.
You
It's
think so?
incredibly like there's so many similarities between the staircase and Anatomy of a Fool. Like
You had
the situation, the fact that it's a couple, the fact that it's a writer who's bisexual, the fact that there's a court drama. Uh, it's just basic. Like even the fact that it's French, like that. The Staircase was the original documentary was filmed by French guys, and then the TV show that they made with Colin Firth, it centers a lot on their documentary in France that they made when they filmed it in the US. So like it's very similar, but I don't care. I still really liked it, and I really wanted it to do well. Um,
Yeah, I really loved Anatomy of a Fall. Before watching Poor Things, it was my top pick. I really liked it, but um, I do seem to recall you mentioning The Staircase before, that it
yeah,
was really good. Still haven't seen it.
it's good. It's worth a watch. Um, another thing about Anatomy of a Fall, that song is still in my head sometimes. The instrumental version of is it PIMP from 50 Cent that they play at the beginning.
I don't know. I'm not a 50 Cent guy. To
Oh,
me,
it's very
to
good.
me, to me, it was just pretty music.
Well, I remember like after I watched that movie, finding it on YouTube. And like you can see the point in the comments when the film came out, like where people were just like commenting on the song, and then like after a certain point when Anatomy of a Fool came out, the comments just become jokes and like references to the movie, and it's quite funny.
Mm.
But yeah, back to the predictions. For best director, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go the same way and go Poor Things. Yorgos
Yorgos.
Lanthimos, whatever his name is.
Well done, Yorgos. I mean, yeah, for me, I think, yeah, Poor Things was just incredible. I loved it, but
Yeah,
I don't think Emma will get Best Actress.
yeah, but I mostly think that just because she's already got one.
Yeah.
And I think that they want to try to make them diverse and not always give them to the same actors all the time, to allow some other people to win. Otherwise, it just becomes like, you
Mm.
know, the same faces all the time.
Yeah. Are you ready for the next one? This one's going to be quite easy. The next couple will be a bit easy for us because we definitely haven't seen any of them.
Okay,
So we can just go based off what we like the sound of.
I think we did this last year as well for
We
some
we,
categories.
we did. For example, the category Best Documentary. I'm sure
Ah,
neither of us have
I
seen.
I
Oh,
think I know which one. No, I haven't watched any of them. Last year, I watched a documentary on Navalny, who
yes,
actually died recently
he did.
in a Siberian prison, and
Yes,
that one won. And
yes.
this year, I think we also have a documentary that's related to Russia and the Ukraine war. And I think probably it's got a high chance of winning again.
I mean, do you want to hear the categories?
Go on.
Sorry, the nominations: Bobby Wine, The People's President, The Eternal Memory, Four Daughters, To Kill a Tiger, and 20 Days in Mariupol.
Ah, that's the one. 20 Days in Mariupol. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, is that the one that Sean Penn made? Because I remember that Sean Penn was in Ukraine
Uh,
when
but
the invasion happened.
well, there are names attached to each of these categories. Sean Penn's name has not come up, but that's not to
Ah,
say he didn't. I don't know.
okay.
But are you going to
I,
say 20 days? Is that your prediction?
yeah, I'm gonna
I-
go with this film.
I'm going to go with To Kill a Tiger because I just like tigers.
I think last year there was something about an elephant, and one of us voted for the elephant
Yeah,
film.
I like elephants too.
So what was
Uh,
mine? 20 days in Maripol.
yeah, and I'm Tiger.
Okay. All right. That'll be interesting. Do you know these ones could really make or break us when we have when
Exactly.
we look at this?
This is why I like to do these ones because these can kind of like separate the men from the boys. So you ready for the next one? Documentary short film.
Okay.
The
Mm-hmm.
ABCs of book banning. The Barber of Little Rock, Island in Between, The Last Repair Shop, or Nine Eye and Wipe Hole.
Um, I don't know anything about any of these movies, but I'm
Yeah.
guessing. So the ABCs of book banning. Did you say was the name? The first
Yes.
one. I'm guessing purely off the title that that might win because that's been a massive topic for a while. You know, like in
Hmm.
some parts of the US with certain books being banned in certain states because like uh, certain like value, like they talk about race or they talk about gender. Uh, I think that that might win because that's a big hot topic and it's quite fucked up.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go for Nine Eye and Wipo because why not not?
I don't even know how I'd spell that.
NAI and WAIPO. Nine Eye and Wipeout.
Okay, I've written it how I heard you say it, and then we'll figure it out later.
Okay.
ABCs of book banning. All right, cool.
Now, here we get to a nomination we can actually think about. Film editing.
Hmm.
Our nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Killer of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, or Poor Things.
Um,
I'm just going to say Oppenheimer, get it out the way.
yeah, I think I'm also going to go that way because I, I don't know which ones. None of them really struck me as amazingly edited.
This is the
Uh,
thing. I, I think Poor Things probably deserves it. Maybe Anatomy of a Fall. In fact, you know what? I think all five of these are well edited. It's just I don't think Oppenheimer is going to storm the Oscars, or at least it's not going to win as many awards as everyone thinks. But I think editing is the sort of thing it will get. I've also
yes,
got a, I've also got a feeling it'll get a cinematography as well.
I will say like
I don't think it's going to get best film. I don't think it will get best director. I hope it doesn't get best actor. Um, but I do really believe these little things about like filmmaking, like these are the awards that filmmakers want to win, you know, like cinematography and editing and stuff.
is Nolan's name on that one, or is it someone else's name?
It's Jennifer Lane.
Ah, okay, so it's not him. I will say that like also you have to remember Oppenheimer is like telling a story from different time periods and kind of stitching it together and jumping between them as
Hmm.
well. Like, and I don't think the other films are doing that, if I remember correctly. So I think I'm also going to give it to Oppenheimer. Uh, you can't really fault on the technicalities of making a story in film form. You can't really fault Nolan, can you? I mean, even if you don't think his film is amazing, he will still do the editing well. So I'm going to go with Oppenheimer there.
Yeah, I think it's a easy call, but Poor
Yeah.
Things still good.
So who
Uh,
did you say?
Oppenheimer,
Ah, okay, so we're on the same
you
page there.
you copied me. I said it first.
Well, you said it first, but I was already thinking it.
You ready for the next one?
Go on.
International feature film.
Okay.
So, um, interesting. There is one on here, and I think it's obvious that it's winning. We've got Al Capitano from Italy, Perfect Days from Japan, Society of the Snow from Spain, The Teacher's Lounge from Germany, or The Zone of Interest from the United Kingdom?
Yeah, I think a lot of people might think that the Zone of Interest film might win that. I've heard that Society of the Snow is very good. I haven't seen it. Uh, but I think they already made a movie on this years ago that came out in like the 90s or the 70s or way before. I can't remember. I just remember them a movie where there's these guys who crash land in like the mountains on a plane and they have to basically eat each other to survive. But yeah, I have heard this is very good. Oh,
I mean, I'm
pa-
definitely going for Zone of Interest, so
yeah, I might join you on that. Past Lives wasn't on there.
no,
No.
surprising.
Hmm. And what were the other nominations?
Um, Sorry, I've gone past it already because I thought we weren't going to spend long on it. We got The Teacher's Lounge from Germany, Perfect Days from Japan, and El Capitano from Italy.
Okay, yeah, I really can't call it on any of those. So yeah, I'm gonna go with
Yeah,
the
zone of
Zone of
interest.
Interest.
Obviously, you'd be throwing a
That
point away if you didn't get pick that.
yeah,
Uh,
and I think it won't win Best Film because it will get nominated here or went
hey,
here.
well, to be fair, people thought that last year.
That's true.
Uh, are you ready? Makeup and hairstyling. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, go on.
We've got Golda. Never heard of it. Maestro. Eh. Oppenheimer. Eh. Poor Things. Society of the Snow. Mm.
Makeup and hairstyling and Barbie that wasn't nominated, huh?
Very surprising, isn't it?
Hmm. Well, was the
I,
makeup and hairstyling that good in Poor Things?
I'm going to go with Poor Things.
All right, but I don't know if it was that interesting.
Oh, actually, I might go for Maestro.
Does that also include Bradley Cooper's fake nose?
Oh yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
What do you think about all that shit, by the way?
Fake.
It was a bit of a strange decision, I think, that
Yeah.
he put that nose on. I don't know why.
I don't like
Uh,
it. It annoyed me. Um, I'm saying Poor Things. I'm not changing. I'm going for Poor Things.
all right, to count because I voted the same way as you the last two categories. I'm gonna say Maestro just to be different.
All right.
So
I,
hair and what? Hair and makeup.
hair and makeup, that one. But the next one is music. Original
Okay.
score. Now, it's interesting actually, this one, because we've got John Williams for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I have
So,
watched that movie. I watched it
yeah,
very recently.
yeah, so did I. What did you think?
Meh.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
didn't.
thought too.
You know what also annoyed me about that film? The actress in it.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah, I couldn't buy her as her character. I just found her so
Oh,
unbelievable. Like,
I like her, but yeah, I didn't like her in this one, but I do like
yeah.
her in general.
Although I will say Harrison Ford, 81 years old, can still do some shit. But the
I
story in general,
disagree. I so disagree. I don't like Harrison Ford, but I
I
love
know you
him.
don't like him.
But I love him in Indiana Jones. I love the original Indiana Jones trilogy. I think he's perfect for Indiana Jones. I don't like him as Han Solo, but he is Indiana Jones. I love him. Uh, I don't like old man Indiana Jones. I don't buy it. I
Yeah,
didn't in
it's
the
not.
fourth one. I don't in this one.
Yeah,
But what I'm finding difficult here with best original score is it's the same fucking score from all the other Indiana Jones movies. So has he been nominated 5 times for the same work?
What's the name of the composer?
John Williams.
John Williams.
Do you not know John Williams?
I know him, but I forget him. I only really remember him when people say his name.
He's like super prolific. Like the most recognizable movie scores that you can think of. He was probably, it's either him or Danny Elfman that composed them.
Yeah,
Like he
I can
did
tell you
Indiana
this.
Jones, he did Star Wars, he did Superman. Like he's so prolific.
He's won five. He's been nominated 54 times and won five.
He's been nominated 54 times. How many of those were Indiana Jones movies?
Let me see.
Because it's the same music. So if any other Indiana Jones movie's been nominated for best score, then he wrote one movie soundtrack that got nominated 5 separate times. If
I'll
they
tell
all
you
got
this.
nominated.
I'll tell you this. So for Indiana Jones, he's been nominated Best Original Score for The Temple of Doom in 1985, and then The Last Crusade in 1990 for Best
Mhm.
Original Score, and then yeah, now The Dial of Destiny. He wasn't, I guess, nominated for.
The original and the fourth one.
Yes, interesting.
But isn't it interesting that the same score, it's the same fucking song. The Indiana Jones theme tune has never changed. He's been nominated 3 times for the same fucking song. Well, I can't call it a song. Composition.
Yeah.
That's a bit
I,
strange to me that that's allowed to happen.
no, yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird. What are other categories again? Sorry, nominations.
Oh, yeah, I don't think we've gone through it. So, best
Oh,
original score: American Fiction, Indiana Jones, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things.
I'm kind of a bit surprised there. I don't think.
What did
I,
you think should
I
be
mean,
there?
I like those movies, but I don't think that their score really hit a nerve with me or anything.
I
Not
mean,
that I'm
let's not.
a music person or anything.
Let's not forget, best original score isn't the same as best original song.
Hmm.
That's a separate category that we will get to next. And again, I think it's obvious which one will win that one. But this one
I
isn't so
think.
cut and dry.
Yeah, I mean, American Fiction, I don't remember. I like it, but I don't remember the score at all. Poor
I
Things, I
would
don't remember the score at all.
I would say Indiana Jones has the most recognizable score, but that's only because the score has existed for 50 fucking years, so it shouldn't be here. I think it'll go to Indiana Jones just because the score has always been, for the last 40 years, amazing. However, I disagree that it should be on this list. It shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I don't think these nominations are very interesting for the best
No.
score, to be honest. I will also go for Indiana Jones because if it's been nominated twice before and not one,
Yeah.
uh, and I doubt there's going to
That's
be any
right.
more Indiana Jones movies because Harrison Ford is already 81 years old.
So you're going to go for Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go for Oppenheimer.
All right then, fine.
Ha. Because that one, it could go any way. It could go either way. It doesn't really matter, that category, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember the score in Oppenheimer either, to be honest.
No,
It,
I think that they're all very forgettable besides Indiana Jones. But Indiana Jones is only not forgettable because it's existed for a long fucking time before now.
yeah,
Shouldn't be
odd.
shouldn't be allowed to be nominated. It's the same. It's a piece of music that's existed for plus 40 years.
Also, Maestro is not in that category.
Interesting, right?
Yeah, kind of weird.
Mm. Are you ready for the next one?
Go on.
So we got best original song, and again, pretty sure we both know what we're going to go for here. So we've got "The Fire Inside" from Flaming Hot. We've got "It Never Went Away" from American Symphony. But then we've got "Wahazahazeh," a song for my people from Killers of the Flower Moon. But then two songs from Barbie. "What Was I Made For" by Billie Eilish, or Billie Eilish could be again another Oscar winner because she won for the last James Bond film. So maybe she'll get it. But I think it will go to I'm Just Ken.
I agree with you. I was also thinking this one. I remember it was nominated twice, and I remember
Yeah,
one of them was "I'm Just a Kid," and it's a very funny, ridiculous song.
it's
Uh,
so dumb.
yeah,
If I'm perfectly honest, I don't remember any of the other songs. Like I'm really trying to rack my brain to hear the songs in my head. I haven't seen Flaming Hot and I haven't seen American Symphony. I don't remember what was I made for. I don't remember how that sounds, and that's the Billie Eilish one. And I'm really racking my brain from this song from Killers of the Flower Moon, but again, it's escaping me.
yeah. I
So
think it's gonna.
yeah, I'm just Ken.
I'm just Ken. Then
Yeah.
we're agreeing on some things.
We're agreeing on a lot of things. It has to be said. I will say, if we go in the order that the Oscars website puts this in, then the next category is Best Picture. But do you want to save that for the end?
Okay, yeah. Let's save it for the end.
Okay. Oh, all right. Let me move on then. All right. So production design again.
Yeah.
This is quite a tough one. The nominees are Barbie, Killers, Napoleon, Oppenheimer, Poor Things.
Oh, Napoleon also got nominated there as well. I thought they just got the one.
Again, I think that would be a wild card choice that could work.
I I do remember when Oppenheimer was like being really like promoted heavily, like back last year. It was like, oh, it's going to be really amazing. Um, One of the things they did really like shout a lot about was the production design and how seriously they were taking like everything to be correct and look how it was at the time.
I will be
Um,
honest. I will be honest. I think Killers of the Flower Moon and Poor Things, as good as their production design is, I agree with that statement about Oppenheimer. I think it's a two-horse race between Barbie and Oppenheimer for this one.
ooh, ooh,
But I'm struggling to separate them because they're both very, very different films.
they
Very, very,
are
very different style of production.
like
So
complete contrast, which was the whole Barbenheimer thing, wasn't it? Uh,
you've got this one film that's so good with their production design for being realistic of its time of the time it's trying to represent. Then you've got this other film that's super fantastical, but it is also trying to represent the vibe of Barbieism, which it absolutely achieves. So it really is a toss up between the two, I think. I think the others have also done a good job in their production design. But Barbie and Oppenheimer, I think it's going to go to one of them. I'm
I'm gonna
very
go
much,
for Oppenheimer.
I'm also leaning towards Oppenheimer, so I think I'll go Barbie.
Okay,
Just so it's more interesting for me and you. I do think
yeah.
it. I'm not. I will not be surprised if it goes to Oppenheimer, but I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Barbie either.
Yeah, I really did also like the production design in Barbie, but I'm thinking politically here, like in the
Yeah.
Oscars themselves, and I
Hmm.
feel that they're going to lean more to Oppenheimer. It's
I
not the
think
one that
so.
I would like it to go to, but I just think that's where it's going to go.
No, I think you're right. Next one. Are you ready?
Go on.
Animated short film.
Oh, no idea then.
All right. Well, here you go. Letter to a Pig. 95. I know. I love the name of that one. 95 senses. Our uniform. War is over. Inspired by the music of John and Yoko. And Pachyderm.
I'm going to go for Letter to a Pig because I like the name.
I also would have went for that if I'd picked first. However, I will say something remotely linked to John Lennon would probably win something. So
Yeah, but
I'm gonna.
it's also got Yoko Ono in it as well.
He
She's a
was
bit
awful. Yeah, awful, awful. Yeah, I agree. But I'm still going to go with War is Over.
okay.
War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko, is the official title of the film.
Okay. Not my
All right.
choice, but
Are you ready for live action short film?
live action short. Go on.
We have The After, Invincible, Night of Fortune, Red, White, and Blue, or The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar.
No idea. We really should actually try and watch these
Oh,
short ones because probably they wouldn't, like, if they're all on YouTube or something, I'm not sure where we could
you know,
find them. They probably
you
wouldn't take
know,
very long to just get through them.
I will say this: I have an advantage over you
Oh,
on this one.
how big is your advantage?
So big that I'm going to let you choose first.
Oh, screw you. There was one, was it red, white, and blue? What was it? What?
Red, white, and blue. Yeah, that's one of them.
Ah, I was gonna go for that, but then I started thinking about the colors, and it's like the US or British flag, and like, nah, rather not.
Well, red, white,
Uh,
and blue is those three colours in that order. I would always associate with America.
yes, but actually, a lot of flags have those three. Thailand has those three, I think, right?
Yeah, they do. But
Yeah,
as to plenty others.
France, Russia.
But to say red, white, and blue, we are the red, white, and blue, or whatever. You just think of America.
More specifically, you think of like in the military or police terms, don't
I,
you?
no, actually, I'd broaden it out to just patriotism. When I hear the term red, white, and blue, I think of American patriotism.
Yeah, but it could be critiquing this, couldn't it? It could be critiquing
Absolutely, you should watch these movies in order to make a
I
prediction.
know, I know. We're predicting blind here. And what were the other ones? Sorry to make you
Uh,
ask.
the After, Invincible, Night of Fortune, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar.
The Knight of Fortune, I'm gonna go for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
All
know. I
right,
just like the name.
lock it in then. Um, it's Night spelt with a silent K, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe that makes you like it even more.
It sounds cooler that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. My choice is The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar.
Can I change my vote?
Nope, nope.
Can you explain why you're picking this one?
Only if you don't change to that
I
after
won't.
I.
I won't change.
Yeah. It's fucking brilliant. It's on Netflix. Wes Anderson put out a series of short films with Benedict Cumberbatch and other well recognizable actors. Um, and he put like a series of these shorts out on Netflix. And the longest of these shorts is the 45-minute wonderful story of Henry Sugar, which is excellent. Very, very, very good.
Okay. Okay. Good. Let's see how that one turns out.
I think it's going to that because you know what? I wouldn't even say Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar is the best of the series of short films that they put out together. I thought Poison was my favourite. They're all based on Roald Dahl.
Oh, good. I should check that out at some point. I don't have Netflix anymore, so. But that's no excuse, is it?
It's no excuse, sunshine. It's no excuse. We all have to. I mean, have you read? You might have read the book though. If you've ever read, if you like Roald Dahl, you might have read the book or heard of the book.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't be sure. It's been a long time.
Well, I think all of the short films that they did together, they were all Roald Dahl short stories.
Yeah.
Really good. Honestly, I thought all of them were really good. Poison, I thought was great, but Poison's like 8 minutes long. Maybe there's some kind of length limit at the Oscars, perhaps,
Hmm.
because the wonderful story of Henry Sugar is by a significant margin the longest of all of them. Like all of the ones that Wes Anderson made, anyway.
Yeah. Should we jump to the next one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Best sound.
Best sound.
Best sound.
I don't know why I said it that way. Um, all right. Who are our nominations for best sound then?
The Creator, Maestro, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part One,
Okay.
Oppenheimer or The Zone of Interest?
Oh, the zone of interest is an interesting one there.
It is.
The sound was very eerie in that film. Very fucked up.
Very. Yeah.
Uh, my initial thought was probably Oppenheimer, but I really
Yeah.
don't like when Nolan can really fuck up sound sometimes in movies, and it really annoys me. Tenet really annoyed me. Actually, I liked Tenet, but the sound was so annoying because you could never understand what anyone is fucking saying in that movie. Um, I'm very surprised by a Mission Impossible movie in there. Maybe there is something special. Maybe Tom Cruise sings. I have no idea. Uh,
It's
Not
best
surprised.
sound. It's
I
best
know
sound.
the sound. Maestro is a very easy one there, is it not?
Yeah.
Hmm. I'm stuck between Maestro and the Zone of Interest here.
Then can I go first?
Go on then.
Mission Impossible.
Really? Have you seen it?
Yep.
Can you explain your choice?
Explosions.
It wins because of explosions.
Yep. Plain and simple. Or very often sound design goes to like action movies.
Oh,
Happens
really?
a happens a lot. Happens a lot. I was even kind of interested in going for The Creator as well, which is a sci-fi film that's kind of good.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I don't know anything about it.
It's
Oh,
good.
wait, no. I remember seeing it advertised ages ago for a short while.
I like
And
it.
people were liking that one. I'm gonna go for the Zone of Interest.
Cool. I think it might go to Zone of Interest if I'm honest, but I'm going to be brave and I'm going to go Mission Impossible.
Okay.
Um, are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, shoot.
We're not far away from the end here. The next one, visual effects, and
Mm-hmm.
once again, we've got a nomination for The Creator and a nomination for Mission Impossible,
Okay.
and a nomination for Napoleon.
Again, oh, three for them
But
this year. Three nominations.
we also have Guardians of the Galaxy 3, another Bradley Cooper film,
Hmm.
and the one that I'm really tempted to go for, Godzilla Minus One.
I wanted to really watch that movie, but I can't find a good version of it to watch.
It's good.
Have you seen it, the whole thing?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's good. I
Ooh.
really like it.
I've heard really good things about it.
It's good.
Um,
The thing is, it's not. The look of Godzilla feels authentic and like doesn't go against what was previously set up in like the old school Godzilla films. However, it's not a man in a suit. It's the CG is great and it makes it look like a realistic creature that could possibly exist. I love the visual effects in Godzilla because there's still a fantastical quality to it as well. It's still wacky as fuck, but really really good, really fun. But
hmm.
to be fair though, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 also has some really fun, interesting visuals. Also some quite grotesque visuals as well. Like you've got have you seen Guardians 3?
I haven't seen any of them.
You know that scene in Toy Story where Woody ends up in the psycho kid's bedroom and then all his toys come out and they've all been like sewn up and they've got like the wrong head on bodies and stuff like that because he abuses the toys. You
Yeah,
remember that? Right.
yeah.
Imagine that, but with real animals like rabbits and an otter and a walrus and a raccoon. They just do that to real animals. It's really really awful. But yeah, they look really they look really grotesque. However, they're all like the most humble and likable characters in the whole movie. it's really interesting how James Gunn does it. I mean, I say interesting; it's not Oscar worthy, but like they're fun. They're fun characters.
Did James Gunn direct it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay, cool.
But now I
Uh,
don't think we'll be doing any more Guardians of the Galaxy. I think he's finished his trilogy, and now he's just going to be the leader of DC.
yeah. Sorry, what were our nominations again? So apart from,
So we've got The Creator, Godzilla, Guardians, Mission Impossible, Napoleon.
and what are the chances, do you think, of this category being won by an action movie?
Pretty high. I think Mission Impossible is a good shout. I think
Yeah,
Guardians of the Galaxy would be a better choice or a more safe choice. Godzilla,
really.
yeah, Godzilla, I think is the sort of wild card because it's still a bit janky, but in a really cool way. Like they lean into it, and then the creator is like a low budget sci-fi film, which could also very easily win it.
You know what? So far, you've been going with your heart for a lot of these, and I've been trying to be quite political. But this time, I want to go with my heart, and I'm thinking I want it to go to Godzilla -1. So I'm going to go for
Me
that one,
too.
even though I haven't seen it.
I would say that's where my heart lies as well. I just want Godzilla to win it. Like I really do. I think Godzilla. I want Godzilla to win, so I'm going Godzilla.
Oh, we got so many of the same this time. I think last
Mm.
year we mixed it up a lot more, but it's interesting. That means that
Well,
the ones that we're not sure about are really going to define
yeah,
how this could go.
it may do, but there are three more left to go, and
All right.
this could define it. Let's find. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Best adapted screenplay:
Yeah.
American Fiction, Barbie, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, or The Zone of Interest. I didn't know Poor Things was an adaptation.
Yeah, you know what else is interesting is that Killers of the Flower Moon is an adaptation, but it wasn't nominated. And
Yeah,
Barbie is adapted from a toy. So it's
yeah.
interesting that they did it that way. If you know
But
what, actually,
isn't Zone of Interest adapted from history?
I don't know. I don't know if there is a story based, if there's a story there. Adapted screenplay, I always assume it's based from a book, but maybe I'm wrong there.
Yeah,
Maybe it's broader than I thought.
I I'd always seen it as either a book adaptation or a remake or sequel.
Yeah. I would have gone for Killers of the Flower Moon here if it
Yeah,
was nominated, but it's not. So I'm gonna go for oh damn it, I just forgot who I was gonna say. Uh Not Poor Things, not Oppenheimer, not Barbie. American Fiction. I was gonna say American Fiction. I haven't
fuck's
with
sake.
them in anything.
I also want to go for American Fiction.
Are you
Th-
gonna go for it or are you gonna make it are you
yeah,
gonna mix it up?
no. This is the one that I think American Fiction's definitely going to win.
Yeah,
If they win nothing else, they should win this one.
without a doubt, I think, yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely my choice for adapted screenplay. There's yeah, I would be surprised if it didn't go to it. I feel like yeah, that if it went to any of these other ones, I maybe Poor Things I wouldn't be upset by, but I think American Fiction should get it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Next one, uh, best original screenplay.
Oh.
Now we've got Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, Maestro, May December, and Past Lives.
Past Lives coming in there again. Actually, no, for only
Interesting.
the two
This is
times.
the first time we've seen it, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. I know it's nominated for Best Picture, but this is the only other one I've seen it in.
Mm.
Uh, so, Best Original Screenplay. I mean, I don't actually. I did like Past Lives, but I don't think it should be Best Original Screenplay because
Mhm.
it feels like a story that's been told before, and you know the direction it's going to go in, to be honest. So I don't think it should win here. I'm also not sure if oh, what was the other one that was just on my mind that just evaporated from my memory? Ah,
Maestro.
not Maestro. I was going to say Anatomy of a Fool. It's
Mm.
I mean, like I like it a lot, but as I mentioned before, it's so similar to The Staircase, so I don't think it really should win that because that will feel like they're kind of stealing it a little bit. So I won't put them there either. Um,
So it's
what?
pretty obvious what you're going to go for.
Who?
The holdovers.
We haven't. I haven't actually put them in anything yet, have I? Did I put
No,
Paul Giamatti earlier? I didn't.
neither. I don't. Neither of us have picked it, but this is where I was going to pick it.
Hmm.
I was going to go
Again,
for holdovers here, but I've got a feeling. I mean, I haven't seen Past Lives, so in my head, I was thinking maybe Past Lives is going to get it, and it's my own fault. But I'm going to go for holdovers here.
yeah. I mean, but also holdovers. Is it really a unique story? I feel like we've
Well,
seen this story before. Like you know what's going to happen.
well, yeah, but it's not really about the story. It's more about the writing, like how good the characters are, how they interact. I think holdovers has that. And to be fair, I actually do like the writing of Anatomy of a Fall. If I'm honest, I do think the dialogue is pretty sort of. I was pretty tense. It was one of those films. Like sometimes I can pause a film and go do something, come back and carry on. With Anatomy of a Fall, I didn't even want to pause it. I was just like, no, I've got to get to the end of this. I'm so curious. Like it had me. I was really hooked to it. So I could go for Anatomy of a Fall, but I'm going to go for holdovers.
I want to go for something different than you.
Maestro then. May December.
May
Past life.
December. Mm,
I don't know what May December is. I haven't seen it. Maybe that's a wild card of a vote. Maybe we should go for May December. I might change to May December just
I
to be
don't.
fun.
Hmm. I'm stumped on this one. What's the whole list again?
Fucking hell, Craig.
I don't have a
Anatomy of a
great memory.
all right. Anatomy of a Fall, holdovers, Maestro, May December, past lives.
Oh, it's only those five, huh?
Yeah,
Uh, oh,
but
I'm not gonna.
I find it interesting that Bradley Cooper is nominated for because he wrote this. He wrote Maestro along with Josh Singer.
He must be so annoying to work with. He must be a massive control freak if you worked on
Yeah.
a film with him. He wants to be involved in every single aspect.
Mm.
It's too much. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think I might. I'm curious. And maybe I also think the holdovers might win, but I don't want to go the same way as you. You know what? I'm just gonna go for past lives to spice it up.
Ooh, interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, you know what that means.
You go for the holdovers.
I'm going for the holdovers. Yeah,
Yeah. All right. Good
but
man.
you know what that means,
No,
Craig. We have one more category left.
it's best
Best
picture, right?
picture is best
Yes.
picture.
We already know the nominations here, don't we? But I don't know if you want to read them out anyway.
Well, let's read them out. American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, Zone of Interest.
So I'll say one thing quickly. I think past lives. Sorry, I said past life. Poor things. I really
Ah,
like
see,
poor
you
things.
did it. You did what I've been doing. See,
Yes, yes.
they are interchangeable. You can get them confused.
But yeah, I'll say that. Yeah, I really would like poor things to win, but I think that there is such an incredible hype around.
Oppenheimer.
Yes, and I think that Oppenheimer will win this one, unfortunately, but I don't think it
Yeah.
deserves it, and it will annoy me that it wins, but it's probably how the cookie will crumble.
So are you going to go with your head and you're going to go with Oppenheimer?
Yes.
If I went with my head, I would also go with Oppenheimer. But I might have also, in my head, been like Killers of the Flower Moon. Um, there's no fucking shot Barbie has this. There's no
No.
shot in fucking hell. It's a waste of time bothering to put it on here, I think. I'd say Barbie's the worst thing on here, although I haven't seen Past Lives. You're going with your head. I'm going to go with my heart. I definitely don't want Maestro. I definitely don't want Barbie. I definitely can't pick Past Lives because I haven't seen it. I think I'm going to go with Poor Things. I do think it might be my favourite out of the lot. Although it's
Mm.
very very close because Anatomy of a Fall and American Fiction, they are also very very good in like at a similar level. But the three of them are so vastly different from each other that it's like, well, my personal preference is things that are a bit weird, and Poor Things is the weird one of all these films. It's a quirky, weird, off kilter, really strange, obscure movie, and they're movies like that I really fucking love. So, just personal preference, I'd go to Poor Things, but I really do think American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, and Poor Things are the three best films on this list. And the only thing I can separate them with is my personal preference of cinema. I think they are all very like incredible movies. But Zone of Interest definitely uh, also I think should be in that. I should really have said four films that it could be because Zone of Interest, it's just so good. Um, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with yeah. Fuck, it's so hard. You go first. I can't do it.
I've already said Oppenheimer.
Shit.
I just think it's a no-brainer. But in my opinion, it would go like if it wasn't. I'd like it to go to Poor Things, but I don't think it will because I think Oppenheimer's going to take it. If it wasn't for Poor Things, then I'd be going probably for American Fiction, then
Yeah.
Zone of Interest,
Yeah.
then Anatomy of a Fool. I think that's the order I would put it in. Then I guess probably it would be Killers of the Flower Moon, Past Lives, Maestro, and maybe Barbie. I don't know, but I did like Barbie a bit more than some of the other ones. I don't know, but yeah, Oppenheimer I think is the smartest guess here. I think a lot of other people are thinking the same thing, even though I don't think it deserves it.
I I'm going Poor Things. I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna regret saying it, but I'm gonna go Poor Things.
Okay. It's a tough one, to be
Yeah,
honest. I
I
mean,
will. I will say I think Oppenheimer's going to take it. And you know, what upsets me is to pick Poor Things means I'm not picking American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, or Zone of Interest because all three of them I think are worthy of this award.
yeah, but you have to remember, like, this is the Oscars. It's not the best film awards, like the best proper one that should really win it. I think if we went, I've never watched Cannes or any of the other film festivals. I imagine at some other film festivals, we would get some very different films, and maybe American Fiction or Anatomy of a Fool or any of the other films here
Well,
would probably have a much better chance of winning over these
well,
big Hollywood productions.
the thing is, like, if you, I would say the Palme d'Or is the award that, you know, the real best film of the year wins. So, like, the thing is, the Palme d'Or, I think, really is the award that most filmmakers want to win because you read, you know, it's a more, you know, sort of highbrow award, whereas the Oscars are, you know, it's just a circle jerk for production companies. The awards themselves are simply help to assist advertise the movies when they get to DVD, VHS, Blu-ray, whatever it is they do nowadays, streaming services. But you know, like it, to win these awards is just to assist
Oh,
in the sale of the movie anyway. You know, it'll have it on there. Winner of 7 Academy Awards, nominated for 14 Academy Awards. You gotta watch this film. You know, whereas the Palme d'Or, it's like we watched them, we smoked a few cigarettes, and we talked about it, and we think it's brilliant, breathtaking.
Yeah, more
Like
artistic.
it's artistic. It's
Yeah.
like Quentin Tarantino has won the Palme d'Or. He hasn't won an Oscar.
Oh, that's interesting.
Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction got the
No.
Palme d'Or, but famously Forrest Gump got the Oscar.
Yeah, that was that one year where it got a lot of Oscars.
Hmm.
Should I read out what we voted for so far so we can end this episode?
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's summarize the
All
list
right.
and see
Okay.
see what we've
He-
got.
Here's the list that we've put together so far. Okay. So, best actor. I'm going for Cillian Murphy. You're going for Jeffrey Wright.
Hmm.
Best supporting actor. I'm going for Robert Downey Jr. You're going for Sterling K. Brown.
I'm pretty sure you've won those two.
I think I might have here.
Yeah.
Best actress. I'm going for Lily Gladstone, and you're going for Sandra Hüller.
Hmm.
Best
Could,
actress in a
but
supporting role.
again, I think that could easily go to Emma Stone as well.
Yeah, also possible. Best actress in a supporting role. I'm going for Divine DeJoy. I can't remember her full name.
Mm.
And you're going for Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
Best animated film. I'm going for The Boy and the Heron, and you're going for Spider-Man.
Hmm. Could
Uh,
go to
cin-
Robot Dreams though, because it's so good.
yeah, also very possible. Best cinematography. I'm going for Maestro. You're going for Flower Moon.
Mm.
Best costume. I'm going for Barbie. You're going for Poor Things. Now I'm thinking about costume more now because I'm thinking it also be this effects they applied on William Dafoe.
Oi,
Too late
if
now.
you, I was gonna say, if you change to Poor Things, I'm
No,
changed
no,
to
no.
Barbie.
We've locked them in now. I'm not changing nothing.
Right. Good.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Good.
Uh, Best director, we've both gone for Poor Things.
Yeah.
Democracy. Uh, Documentary, I'm going for 20 Days in Mariupol, I think it was called. And for you,
Yeah.
I've just put Tiger. I can't remember the name.
I can't remember it either. Yeah, Tiger in it.
Yeah. For documentary short, I've gone for the ABCs of book banning.
Mm. Good
And
shout.
for you, I didn't remember the full thing you said, but I put Nini Waipo. So we'll have to find out what that
What?
was actually called. Nini Waipo.
Mini Wipo. No, nine nine. What? Yeah, 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 yeah.
Nine
I know.
Nine, sorry, Nine Nine Waipo. Okay.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
re-
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I read it as Nini.
That's all right.
Uh, for editing, we've both gone for Oppenheimer.
Yes.
For international, we've both gone for the Zone of Interest.
Yes.
Uh,
Obvious.
Hair and makeup, I've gone for Maestro, you've gone for Poor Things.
Yes.
Best original score, I've gone for Indiana Jones and you've gone for Oppenheimer.
Uh-huh.
Best song, we've both gone for I'm Just Ken from
Ugh.
Barbie.
And you know what? It's shit as well. I'm only picking it because everyone fucking loves it. It's crap.
It's gonna win.
It's gonna win.
Uh,
It's obviously gonna win.
Set up,
But like
yeah.
like at least like last time we did this, we had Natu Natu on there, and I'm like, oh, that's my favourite song. Definitely, even if it doesn't win, I'm still rooting for it. And it
Yeah,
won, and it deserved to win. It was fucking amazing. Now with this one, I don't think any of the songs are really that you know any good really. I don't remember them very well, but the I'm Just Ken, it did the meme Facebook rounds, and I'm like, all right, then that means that's one.
yeah. It's definitely gonna win. I'm sure of it. The next one is best production design. I went for Oppenheimer. You went for Barbie.
Mm.
Uh, then animated short film. I went for Letter to a Pig. You went for War is Over. Live action short. I'm going for Night of Fortune. You went for something on Henry Sugar. I didn't
Yeah,
write the whole name. Uh, Best
you. I've.
sound.
I'm telling you, I've won that one.
Okay, okay. We'll see how it turns out on the day.
No,
Uh,
I've
okay,
won.
if you say so.
I
If
know.
you say,
I've got the inside scoop. I know.
let's see how good that scoop is. For best sound, I'm going for the Zone of Interest. You went for Mission Impossible. Visual effects, we both went for Godzilla -1. Best adapted screenplay, we both went for American Fiction. Best original screenplay, I went for Past Lives, you went for The Holdovers.
Mm.
And the last one, best picture, I went for Oppenheimer, and you're going for Poor Things. So that's how it stands. So we'll see. The Oscars are on Monday, the 11th, I believe.
So
A
we'll
couple of
we'll do
days.
in a couple of days, right? Because today is what, the 9th, so it's in
Yeah,
2 days' time. So as of recording, yeah, we'll record something afterwards, and we'll tally up the scores. But I'm feeling pretty good about this list.
me too. I feel more confident this year than I did last year, I think.
Who won last year?
What do you mean?
Which one of us won last year?
That's a good question, actually. I don't remember. Maybe, I think you won. I think you won by like a point or two.
I mean, this is it. When we play these sorts of games, it's really not about, well, for me, it's not about winning. It's about having fun. You really enjoy winning.
I
You're a
do.
sore winner.
I am.
You take losing in your stride, but you don't take winning very well.
Oh, actually, you know what?
It
I
doesn't look
found
good
it.
on you.
I know I'm a prick when I win and I don't give a shit.
What do you
Uh,
mean you found it? You
I
found out who
found
won?
from last year, I've got the list.
Really?
Yeah, do you want me to tell you? Because I've
Go
got
on.
what I've done is I think I put a one next to whoever won last year. So you beat me by 1 point last year. I got 10, you got 11.
That is really, really tight. Well, let's see if it's going to be tight this year.
Yeah,
We'll have to
I've,
wait
I've
and
got
see.
everything written down.
I'm really excited for this year's Oscars. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting one.
Mm. Well, I think that's that, Craig. We've ploughed through this like machines. We have. It's a 2-hour recording we've done. I don't know if it's going to be 2 hours the episode will be, but it's a 2-hour slog that this. I didn't realise it would take us so long.
It's a big list.
Thanks everyone for coming out to listen to us. We are Film Shrapnel. Go check us out on all the social medias at Film Shrapnel. Capital F, capital S on the app formerly known as Twitter. We're on TikTok. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. Are we on Instagram, Craig?
We are on Instagram, yeah.
We are on Instagram, yeah. Craig, do you want to say anything to the lovely listeners?
Thanks for listening to our predictions. Also be interesting to hear what other people have to say. So who you think might be more correct, me or Tobias? That's what will be very interesting to hear.
Yeah, we'd love to hear what you guys think. Maybe come and maybe go on our social medias and put up what you think your who will win this year at the Oscars.
Indeed. All right, let's
All
wrap
right.
this up. Let's see who will win. And we'll do another episode following up to find out who is the king of the Oscars this year.
Yes, we will.
Uh,
Will I retain my crown? It is yet to be
we'll
seen.
by 1 point. By 1 point you got last year. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, I can hear the salt and venom already. All right. Well, we have been Film Shrapnel. Thanks for listening to us, and until next time, keep it movies.
Keep it movies.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Shrapnel.